Cowabunga dudes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and welcome to another episode of Totally Tubular Turtle Tuesday, the one day of the week where I devote my channel to something TMNT related, from action figures to comic books to video games and movies, and everything in between. So for this episode, I'll be taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Series minifigures from Mega Bloks. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that all four figures are showcased with window box packaging, with images of the figures and their display stands on the front. Turning all four boxes around, we can see more images of the figures with their display bases. So with the boxes out of the way, let's crack these figures open and see what we have inside. And here are the turtles out of the boxes. And man, these are very, very cool. Mega Bloks has really been killing it with their minifigure sets. And these TMNT figures are some of their best. They got really radical display stands, really cool weapons, and pretty good articulation for being such small figures. So what are we waiting for? Let's take a closer look at the TMNT Classic Series from Mega Bloks. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the TMNT Classic figures from Mega Bloks. Now they're called Mega Constructs, but this is still Mega Bloks as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if I'll ever consider them Mega Constructs. But anyways, this is what we have here. These are pretty cool. Now as you can see, we do have them on the display bases that they do come with. The one thing that I will note, they are all clipped together, so you get four individual display bases right here. Then they have little clips that you kind of put on attached to each other. So if I could kind of like rotate this whole thing around, you can kind of see how everything is put together. All this piping is put together and whatnot, and you get little clips here and there throughout the build to actually hold these display pieces together like so. So it actually works pretty good. Then you do get all these little sewer lids right here at the bottom. You kind of check those out. Those look very cool. They do have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles emblem printed right on there. These are actually pretty simple to put together, just a few simple pieces and whatnot. What I do like is that we get these like comic book, almost like panels with some artwork of like the different turtles and whatnot, and in like some action poses and whatnot. So get a closer look right here. You can see right there, there's like Leonardo fighting like the Krang's armor suit and whatnot. Got Michelangelo fighting some foot soldiers, again Donatello, and you can see April O'Neil in there against the Krang robot, and Raphael fighting the Shredder and different stuff like that. So those are pretty cool, and I like the fact that the artwork is actually done in a Mega Bloks style, so I think that's very cool. So lots of pretty cool stuff right here, just kind of done to look like some sewer piping and things like that. The whole background piece is pretty cool. You can display these individually if you like, or you can put them together like so and have them a full display like this, and you can even attach them to some other displays that I will be showing sometime soon in another episode, because I have a Bebop and Rocksteady set that came out pretty cool with some foot soldiers that you can actually attach to this. So I think those are pretty awesome. So let's start taking a look at the figures themselves. So they are just held on little straight pegs on the back right here. You can see just a little peg right there that plugs onto the back of the shell just like that. So pretty cool little minifigures. I really do like these quite a bit. Very nicely done. You got the nice bright colors and what you got the sculpted letters on the little belt buckles that I think look very cool. What I will note is that the shell, nice metallic green, but that's actually a die-cast metal. All the shells on all four turtles are actually die-cast, which is pretty cool. You even got the weapons right here. Those are actually fully painted with the silver and the brown handles. I think those look very nice. And all the pads and whatnot are actually done on a soft rubbery plastic. So even though they're covering some of the joints for the articulation, they will not hinder it whatsoever because they are that softer plastic. You'll still get a lot of motion with that. So what I will note that every figure, you do get some place to store the weapons like so. So you can kind of just put his back there if you like. So with Leonardo, I'm going to take a look at the articulation just a little bit here, because all the turtles are exactly the same. So the head is kind of like on a little ball joint, so it does roll around, turns side to side, looks up and down, pivots left and right, so it actually works really good. Arms can go up and down and out like that, kind of rotate at the shoulder there, single bend at the elbow, as well as rotation at the elbow. You get a rotation at the wrist, so you can do quite a bit right there. Then the legs can kick forward, kick back, can do the splits like so. That's pretty cool. You do get rotation, single bend at the knee, as well as rotation at the knee, and then you get a swivel at the, at the ankle right there. So pretty good for being such little tiny little figures. We do get quite a bit of articulation, which what I actually do really appreciate. So I think that's very cool. So let's plug him back on here. It must be a little tricky. Take a look at Michelangelo now. And then we'll note some of these pieces right here that we do get with some of these. They will fall off, I notice, from time to time. So just gotta be careful and whatnot. But they do hold, for the most part, pretty well. So here's Michelangelo. Pretty cool, different little head sculpt right there. More smiling head sculpt, which I think looks very nice. Nice and happy, perky. Michelangelo's very cool. And he's got his signature nunchucks that we get with all the nunchuck figures from Mega Bloks, which is separate little pieces. And you got little plastic chains right there. Pretty cool. And you've got some holsters on the back for the nunchucks themselves. Again, with that die-cast shell. So very awesome. I like that one a lot too. So now let's take a look at Donatello here. If I could just try and peg these guys without like the whole thing falling apart. So anyways, here's Donatello. Donatello looks very cool. Painted bow staff with the brown and the, the beige off-white wrapping around the center. Got the big D right there on his belt. Very nice. Look at the head sculpt. You can see the eyes in there and whatnot. I think it looks pretty cool too. And again, you get storage for his bow staff on the back, which is very nice. So another great figure with that one. So get him back on there. And now let's take a look at Raphael, because I think Raphael is actually pretty cool. So you get the big R right there on his belt buckle. Got that angry signature, just pissed off face that Raphael always has with like almost all his figures, which is pretty awesome. Nice red, pads and whatnot, and bandanas. All look very cool. And he does have storage as well, but he has his right there on the front, much like all the vintage figures and whatnot. Just like that, and you can actually hold both of them on the front right there, which I think is very cool. I think this is a pretty awesome set, not gonna lie. I think Mega Bloks is actually doing a lot of really great things right now. Like I said, Mega Constructs is what they're called now. But I think they're doing a lot of really great things right now. Their turtle stuff has just been amazing. Ever since I picked up some of the Nickelodeon sets, Nickelodeon figures and whatnot, I've really fallen for what Mega Bloks has done. I'm primarily a Lego guy, but this turtle line is amazing. And it's really gotten me into a lot of their stuff. So I actually have a lot more Mega Bloks stuff to show you guys in future videos. But if you're a TMNT fan and really into minifigures and buildable like block stuff and whatnot, these guys are awesome, especially for the classic turtles. Stuff that I grew up on in the 80s and the early 90s and whatnot. I think these figures are so awesome, and that they are definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your minifigure comparison, here they are standing next to the Nickelodeon TMNT figures, also from Mega Bloks. And for even more TMNT comparison, here they are standing next to the SH Figuarts Turtles from Bandai. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. My review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Series minifigures from Mega Bloks. Now overall, I just think these are some really radical minifigures. Mega Bloks is killing it. The fact that they're able to get such great articulation and detail in such tiny little figures is pretty awesome to me. I love their weapons and I love their display bases. I think it's very cool that we're getting die-cast metal shells, and if you're a big TMNT fan, then I think these are going to make some great pieces for your collections, because these make for some totally tubular minifigures. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Cowabunga dudes, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.